Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm working on a 2000 Chevy Camaro Super Sport. I'll be showing you guys how to install a stereo. The stereo we're working with is going to be this JVC. My Pioneer's going out, doing all kinds of random stuff, so this is what we'll be installing today. First things first, you want to disconnect the battery, since we are working with electrical stuff. So, let's go ahead. Check this out. By the way, this is my Camaro. This one right here, kind of hard to see, but I'll show you guys a video next time. So just connect the negative side, my engine, the mirror. So we're gonna need a socket. Now let's say it's gonna be a 7. Alrighty. Alright, so now that we got the battery disconnected, we're going to go ahead and remove this little cover. This is just a pop-on, so you could easily pop it off. Since mine is a 6-speed, let's put it in 2nd gear. And we're going to have some connectors that have these little clips. What you can do is push them down. Somewhere on the side. It's hard to do this with one hand. Hold on, I'm gonna put my phone down for a sec. Alright, it's not coming out, so here's a little bit. Push it down on the side. And it comes out. Alright, let's move that out the way so we don't scratch it. Okay, so now you're gonna have these little screws, or I do, on my car. That's a 7. I'm gonna use my drill on low speed. Alright, got the first one off. Second one off. This ain't obviously the original stereo, so it is a little different, but it's a little, it's pretty much the same. I'll kind of show you really easy. So I do have an audio system in this car, so I have these RCAs. Let's go ahead and remove them. Okay, after that, let's go ahead and remove the harness. It has a little tab you push down, the radio antenna, and a Bluetooth microphone. Let's go ahead and remove that. So now we're gonna have to reuse this little cover, and I have these tabs bent to kind of hold it in place. So what we're gonna need is some type of flathead or something to get up in there with. I have it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and bend this tab down, bend that tab down, and then we should have some more tabs on the bottom. Down there. Kind of hard to record with one hand. I gotta invest in some new equipment, but I'm kind of new to YouTube and all this stuff, so we'll take it slowly. We'll buy equipment as we go. So now that we got those tabs bent down, we're gonna push this out evenly. Try not to break it. It is plastic, so be careful. I've had this stereo for a while now, and it started giving me problems. I'm a Pioneer fan. I really like their head units. They sound really, really clean. And they make almost any speakers sound really, really good. JVC, it sounds really good too, but it's just a spare that I had laying around I'm a car guy, so we tend to keep spare parts around the house, or you know, engine parts, all that stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and remove it some more. Okay, I'm gonna put the phone down just for a sec. Alright, we got that out the way. Okay, this is what we need. And okay, so we gotta make sure it's on, right? That these little tabs line up with the screw holes. Alrighty. And that's the way we want to use it. So let's go ahead and install the stereo. So we don't scratch it. We're gonna detach the face from it. Put this down there. And the same way we have it, we're gonna insert it to the back side. Just like that. Again, you want to do this evenly so you don't break nothing. Push that little tab down. And put the phone down for a sec. Okay, got that on there. Try to do it evenly, that way it slides in real easy. I gotta get that in some more. Okay, that's in all the way. So what we're gonna do now is bend the tabs so it locks in place, which would be those down there and those down there. So grab your flathead or whatever you're using. You could use a knife or whatever you have close by. Okay, I like to just bend these a bit. Try to be careful so you don't break nothing. Remember, it is plastic. Alrighty. That one's good. Now we're going to do the other side. Just like that. This one just like that. So you want to wiggle it, make sure it doesn't move out of place. Alright, that one's good. So now what we want to do is that's how our stereo is going to look. So now we want to remove those wires. This is a Pioneer harness. So we do want to get rid of this. Alrighty. So let's see. So I'm using electrical tape. You can use these type of connectors or little butt connectors, but it's up to you. I probably won't have this for a long time. I do want to buy a Pioneer one. Again, I like how they sound, so that's why I'm using electrical tape. This is just for a bit. Okay, but the correct way to do it is to buy some butt connectors and just crimp them down with crimpers. Kind of like that. You can kind of see that little dent. Alrighty, so move our RCAs out of the way. So we got the battery disconnected. You always want to disconnect it so you don't burn a fuse or cause some type of electrical fire. Alright, so since I'm using a aftermarket amplifier, I have I'm not running these wires. These would be your speaker wires, positive and negative. Negative usually has a black stripe going through it. For example, that's a negative, That's the positive. It's color coded, so it makes it easy for you. If yours ain't color coded, you could look it up. Just Google it. It'll give you some information on what speaker wire is what. For example, the original ones, which would be back here. These. I do have a harness that makes it easy. I recommend always buying a harness. It makes it real easy for you, and it's, like I said, color coded. So all you got to do is match these up, just like that. So that's what you would do. Since I have an aftermarket amplifier, I got rid of these, and I'm using RCAs and speaker wires. Alrighty, so what I have to do in my case is disconnect this power one, this red power one, and that black power one. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put the phone down just for a bit. Alright, that's the old harness. I'm gonna put that to the side. I recommend just plug it into your old stereo so you don't misplace it. That's the old stereo. We're gonna put that in the back seat. So now what we want to do is grab your new harness and do the exact same thing. Remember, these are color coded, so it makes it extremely easy for you to peel these back. Or they should already come with a little plastic piece already kind of pre-cut, and then you just pull it off. Anyways, we're gonna install it the same way we removed it. So it's gonna be yellow with yellow. And let's try to get these kind of untangled. Some of these you don't have to use. For example, this remote wire, you don't need it. That's only if you're using an amplifier, aftermarket one, you would need it, so it would turn on. Alright, so then we got that one. Now we're going to do the ground, which is this one. Again, you could use the butt connectors, put them in between, crimp them down, but since I am using electrical tape, it'll just be for a while. I'm gonna just twist these on as good as possible and add some electrical tape. Make sure it won't come apart. You can use more than one if you like. I like to start off like a good 1.5 inches or 1/2 inch on one of the wires, and then cover the same distance on the other wire. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna do the power one. So just like that, twist it on, try to make it tight. Okay, that should be good. Kind of press on it a bit. All right, we got that one. Now we got the other power one. Since I'm not using these, I'm going to add some electrical tape, kind of keep them out of the way. I'll probably use 2 pieces of tape, one on the bottom and one up top. That should be fine. These ain't exposed, but you know what? Sometimes they could be, so we're just going to go ahead and add some electrical tape. If they are exposed, make sure you add electrical tape on each one, so it's not touching, making contact anywhere. Alrighty, so then now we're gonna finish this red one. Okay, add another piece of electrical tape. Okay, that one's good. This here is my remote. I have 2 wires going to it. If you can kind of see that one right there. I'm going to use that remote so I can turn on my amplifier. By the way, I got 2 amps, one for my highs and one for my bass. And for my speaker, for my subwoofer, I got a Kicker CVX. It's a 12. It's a round speaker. Sounds extremely good. And I got it in a custom box that I found on, I think, Craigslist. Well, it's not necessarily custom. It just kind of fits. But it's ported and sounds really good. Those Kicker CVXs sound real nice if you have a good amount of power going through them. I don't listen to music extremely loud, so that's so about 1,000 watts is all I need. 1,200 or maybe even 2,000, depending on what I'm driving. This car is cammed, have a lot of modifications, so it's kind of hard to listen to music. So I don't need too much power. I enjoy listening to my engine. Alright, so that's all good. You can use some electrical tape and kind of wrap these up if you'd like to make it easier for you so you don't have wires all over the place. I'll probably just do that because there's a lot of wires in there. Alrighty, so it's kind of hard to see, guys. I apologize. Okay, that should be good. Don't want to get too crazy. Okay, so we got those. That's good. That's good. And where is my Bluetooth speaker wire? There it is. Okay, so now we're gonna install the stereo on the back side. That's gonna be for the mic. Let's go ahead and do that one. I got the RCAs right there. We're gonna go ahead and install those too. Okay, so let's go ahead and do careful not to pull on these wires too much. These RCAs are kind of old. They still work. I'm trying to reuse them. So let's just be careful. Then we're gonna install our antenna. In this case, I got I think it's an adapter, a little tiny one. That's gonna go on this side. Push it down all the way. Okay. Alrighty, that's good. Now we're gonna install our harness. Our harness goes there. So there you go. We're gonna let that hang up top. Now that's good. Push these wires down a bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that there's no wires making contact against any metal or anything that could cause it to sound like crap or even burn a fuse out. So let's go ahead and put these screws back. And put that first one to hold it down. Now we're going to use the second one. Not too tight. You don't want to break the plastics. All right, that's good. So now let's go ahead and install the detachable face. That JVC one. Okay, let's see. It's not on right. Okay, so. Alrighty, so it kind of shows you right here.